Alright guys, this is going to be a part 2 to the Bernie Sanders video. I guess I'll just start off by saying I think he is the better of the Democrat candidates because he's not as corrupted and just a pure, I guess Hillary technically is a criminal, but just a piece of garbage. Like Hillary, he at least says some good stuff. But I mean, that's I think where the good ends. If he was more of a mainstream, like a good like classical liberal or something like that, I would actually probably support him because he does, like, he is definitely like actually anti some of these big companies and stuff like that, but I think he, in a way, is almost bad too. The big problem is he's a socialist. He wants to give people everything free, which in the end it doesn't work. Like, because it's not free. Like, in the end, you still pay for it anyways. And what happens when you have a welfare or everything free is people get dependent on it, and the price of it constantly goes up, and which ends up getting people taxed. But what's happening is that less and less people are paying taxes, so eventually it just stops working and everything blows up. And we're seeing that in places like Greece and I think Spain is getting there too. Yeah, I pretty much went over everything in the last video, but I think the other thing about Bernie Sanders is I recently seen a story where he'd never actually had a job until he was 40 years old, which is pretty bad. Not like a lot of people, his supporters are probably going to say, well, it's not a big deal, but I mean, imagine if Trump had never had a job till he was 40. You actually think that you sane people wouldn't be pointing that out constantly and saying, well, you can't vote for him because of that? I mean, don't lie to them, you would be. Like, a lot of people say, well, look at how good socialism works in Europe, but number one, I'd say it doesn't really work that good if you actually talk to the people there. And number two is every completely failed country in Europe is socialist. Like, Greece was giving free stuff away like nothing. So yeah, I mean, I went over all the platform and stuff in my last video on him, so you can go look at that if you want to see it. But I'll be making more videos in the future, so stay tuned.